That's Mad Dogs for you. We've got three of them right here. I'm thrilled. It's Mr. Philip Glenister, Marc and Max Beesley. Come on out, guys. Bonjour, monsieur. Comment allez-vous? Come on, sit down. Get comfy. Great to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Hey,
to be here.
Now, I'm joking around with Max because I've known Max on and off for years, and I love Max. He's a wonderful guy. I know Philip a little bit. I've interviewed him before. Marc, I've been after for a long time to get on the show. I've been asking him to come on the various shows I've done over the years, and we've always seemed to get close, and you've never come on one. And I was beginning to wonder, you had a problem with me or something.
I've got to be honest. Like some people have a phobia of spiders and snakes. I've had a phobia of being on your show for 8 years.
Well, that's not a great way to start the interview.
No, but I think you're great. But I don't know.
What did you think I was going to do to you?
Do you know what? I think we should hug it out.
Well, you weren't mixing me up with one of the great entertainers of the 70s. You didn't think something funny was going to go on, did you? Because I've never presented Top of the Pops. I just want to put that out there for you right now. Okay?
It's a block, but I am into facing fears.
Come here, let's face this fear. Come on, like I would do anything. Like I would do anything.
The fucking legs going.
Are you actually nervous?
The legs going.
Wow.
A little bit. Hang on.
You are quite nervous.
Come on. All right. It's all right. Come on. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
It's a very strange reaction. I've never had that.
It's nice to meet you.
Well, it's nice to meet you, but you're still shaking like a weird leaf.
It's going to be OK.
OK, it's going to be fine.
It is. It is fine.
We'll get through it. It seems like, I mean, you must be having a good time making it. The fact that you're coming back now, the third series we're just about to see now, I think it's just started. The fourth series you've just filmed already.
We shot the full series.
Wow. And that was, the first few were in Spain. The next one's in South Africa, is that right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it seems to those from the outside looking in, what a great life that must be. You obviously get on well, and you're filming in these incredible locations.
It's the only job where they make us get suntans. When we get there, they put us in paper pants and they spray us.
Well, not all of us.
Max sometimes wears a sock,
Yes.
or he has nothing.
But can I just clarify what that is? They do the spray tans. The boys were in the paper pants. I have the sock, but I was lucky enough to have my Manchester United away socks, which are about that big, so I was covered.
Well, you know, we can decide for ourselves whether you needed that, because you're completely naked in the first series.
Look at that! Can I just say, before we shot this...
Yeah.
Hold on, we're getting onto the cock stuff.
He was having a fiddle.
Yeah.
No, to make it look bigger.
Well, hang on. That's not true. Third series of Mad Dogs. Now, I've got to apologise, because I missed it early on. It's only when we had John Sim on the show a few weeks ago, I sat down to watch it. Wow, what a great series, and you're in your third one. For people who haven't seen it yet, how would you explain what's going on? And maybe you could each tell us about your characters, sum up your character for us.
It's basically about four guys that go off on a sort of jaunt to see a mate of theirs, Alvo, in Spain, and they get embroiled in some dodginess involving drugs and euros and money.
So it spins out of control?
Totally,
okay.
yeah.
Now, and your very distinct personalities, of course, even though they're friends. You play...
My character's called Quinn, yeah.
What kind of a man is Quinn?
He's quite quiet, he's quite reserved, he's a bit sort of distant from the group, I think. He's...
Miserable.
He's quite miserable. Yeah. But they're all kind of going through a sort of, not a midlife crisis, but they're just going through they're all quite unfulfilled in many respects, the characters.
So unhappy men?
Well, just not having fulfilled maybe their promise, and so something happens as a catalyst to maybe change the course of their lives, and
it all kicks off.
From there, yeah.
Marc, I'm going to come to you in a minute. No, I want you to relax and enjoy yourself.
Listen, I'm in it now.
You're right.
You're here. You're in the zone.
We're off. We're off.
Okay, so Marc,
I play Rick. Rick's like a bit of a loose cannon, and yeah, he's a loose cannon. So he's the guy who's going to do all the things. He's likely to say the things that everybody shouldn't say. But, I mean, one of the things that... Because me and Phil sort of were part of getting this whole thing going at the beginning, and a lot of it was about turning 40, you know, and just what it's like turning 40 for a guy.
50.
And, well, Phil's now 50. Phil turned 50 in the last series.
Thanks.
and so you're kind of coping with this in real life as well as on screen.
Yeah,
in a way.
This is all part of it.
OK, well, that would explain why Max has come dressed as Justin Bieber this evening, because obviously there's obviously a midlife thing going on there.
Yeah.
Isn't there? Is that what... Is that what's going on there?
Naughty boy. Woody is Woody. Getting on to my character, my loves. Woody is he's an ex-cocaine addict and alcoholic whose girlfriend killed herself because he wouldn't marry her. It's not a kid's show, obviously.
Wow. So he's got a dark past then in a way.
He's
or
got a very dark
recent
past. But through being sober, which seems to happen with a lot of people who become sober, he's quite strong and in adversity, in these moments of adversity, he's quite a leader for the group, you know?
The show's a great success, but I imagine when you're out there, there's a lot of work involved as well. I mean, it isn't just a jolly, is it? And filming in Spain, I mean, when I saw the early stuff from York, I thought, you know, it's kind of a bit remote and a bit dusty. You're away from home comforts, is what I'm getting at. Do you miss that? Can you take your families out with you, or do you Skype? What do you do to sort of keep in touch with home?
Well, Marc's single.
I'm single, so I don't have anybody to come out.
I'm
looking for love.
Twitter, Marc Warren.
Are you
Twitter.
serious? You're looking for someone? Would you like
We're
to...
always looking.
Well, that's nice. And, well, let's use this show. Let's use this show.
I am on Twitter.
Let me establish, you're a straight man, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Is that right to assume that? OK,
Yeah.
well, no,
Are we doing this?
OK, yes. This is why you've dreaded coming on the show for so long. So what are you looking for in a young lady?
Personality.
You know what's great is you couldn't even say the whole word without grinning at the end. But you probably won't meet the love of your life on Twitter, will you?
I don't know. You never know when you're going to meet her, do you?
So, I'm assuming... Well, I'm hoping we get more Mad Dogs, but let me ask you about some of the shows which you've been in that we miss now. Life on Mars, incredible.
Yeah.
OK, you followed that. Will we see you back in that role again ever, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it was great while it lasted, but, you know, it's always that risk of you over-egg something and you know, I'm very proud of Mars and with Ashes to Ashes, and I just think we'd sort of done the full circle with it, and I can't... Also, I think part of the reason that the show was so successful was people like the nostalgia thing, and if we start getting into the 90s...
You can't do it again that way, no.
No, it's too recent.
And Max, you're acting, I know you've got a great career, obviously Mad Dog's going great, but you still perform, you still play jazz drums and gig and do stuff like that?
Yeah, I miss playing music. I enjoy it. I'm working in the States at the moment, which is great because it's tough out there. It's very tough out there.
As an actor or as a musician?
As an actor, yeah, doing a show called Suits in America. But back to your question, I miss the music immensely. I score movies, which keeps my hand in, and I play occasionally.
Because you've played with so many people. I know you played with Paul Weller, we were talking about this earlier on, with Brand New Heavies. Lots of course, Take That, you played with pretty early, and Robbie, you've played with a lot.
Rob, yeah, we did the 2003... But no, that tour, we did... I made a list of artists that I wanted to work with when I was about 11. I had a list of 20 artists, and I've been fortunate enough to work with 18 of them now.
Wow.
But I must say that that tour, 2003, we did Nebworth. I think we did 3 nights there, and that was one of the most exciting experiences. He's a phenomenal performer.
He is incredible.
He really
I'm sure
is.
A lot of people... But of the 18, I know you've worked with many of them. I know you worked with Bucks Fizz, you worked with Kajagoogoo. I know a lot of them you worked with.
I didn't work with Bucks Fizz.
Who are the... so you didn't get... They're the two that you didn't work with.
Yeah, they didn't want me. I wasn't good enough.
Okay, no. OK, I want to show you a clip. This is the little clip before we show you this, because I want to say thank you guys for coming on. Marc, in particular, thank you for coming on.
I've loved every second.
Oh, good. Well, thank you. I'm really pleased you came on, because I'm a fan, and I want you to come. Here's a little clip of Max in action many years ago. I think you'll recognise the people he's worked with. This is from 20 years ago. Have a look. It's a great clip.
That guy was cool. It's good. But this guy over here is cooler. And the reason why he's cooler is because he's from Manchester. Hey! And he goes by the name of Max Beesley Jr. 1, 2, 3, up!
There you go.
Bit embarrassing. It's a bit embarrassing.
It's great. That's Max, and he was performing there with the fathers of One Direction. I don't know. That was great. I was going to get you to play a bit of drums, but you know what? I'm not going to do it that way. I just want to say thank you all for coming on. Mad Dogs is great. If you haven't been watching it, make sure you watch it. It's out of this world. You think, you know, it feels like each week's a movie. It's back on June the 4th on Sky One. You can watch it all the other ways as well. But join me in saying thank you to Max, to Marc, to Philip. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. OK, we're going to take a break. We're still coming up in the show. Gemma Arterton will be here, Carla Bruni singing and chatting, Lee Evans, and we've got music from Primal Scream. Don't go away.